Hello everybody. Today we're going to be making ranch seasoning. I'm Debbie and this is my mom Vera. She's going to help me. We're going to be doing some crock pot meals and so we need to start out with the ranch seasoning so we can get that made. The first thing that it calls for, let me give a shout out. I found this on Noreen's Kitchen. And she said she found it on Katz Cradle. So those are the ones who are responsible for this recipe. Noreen said that Katz Cradle was the originator of it. Anyway, the first thing that you need is 2 cups of powdered milk. And I have my 2 cups here. I guess I should move my cup out of the way. I have my 2 cups already because it kind of is fly away type stuff, so I thought I would go ahead and get that taken care of. And the next thing is a 1/2 cup of parsley. It should be over there somewhere, and I forgot my 1/2 cup measure. Thought I was prepared. I got all these in my Tupperware containers to keep them nice and fresh. Some of them I just got my the spices, so I do not have them in the Tupperware yet.
1/2 cup.
Okay. Mom's going to get a 1/2 cup and put it in there. And I had to go buy dill weed and celery seed because I had dill seed. And I looked it up to see if that could be interchanged, and they said no, they both had specific uses. So those things, those Tupperware modular mates are just a little narrow for sticking in your measuring cup. Yep, just dump it in there. All right, that was a 1/2 cup of parsley, and like I said, we already got our 2 cups of powdered milk in there. What's next? Dill weed?
4 tablespoons of dill weed.
Okay, here's the dill weed. We'll take turns. I'll do one, you do one. And I didn't realize it, but dill weed is pretty fine. There's one. I'm going to put the lid on this and smack it around a little. There's 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. And Noreen said that you can leave out some things, but it's not going to have the ranch taste, so we're going to put everything in it that it calls for.
4 tablespoons of granulated onion.
Okay, that is right here. Here's the tablespoon.
Oh, that's strong.
So this is onion powder, and so I didn't have granulated onion, so I looked up to see what the difference in that was. And onion powder is just granulated onion ground up finer, so I used that instead. Because she did say that you could put it in like a food processor or something and grind it up, but we're not going to do that. What's next?
4 tablespoons of minced onion.
Okay, that is right here. And minced onion is just dehydrated or dried onion. There's 2, 3, 4. What's next?
4 tablespoons of garlic powder.
Oh, it's clear over there. And that is brand new too, so that may not be not open yet. Seems like no matter how much I think I've got these recipes lined up and prepared, I forget something. I'm not a professional like those gals on YouTube. I'm just a country girl doing her thing. So this is how many? 4?
4 tablespoons of garlic powder. Is that what we got?
Yep, that's strong too. Can you hear that donkey braying in the background? He does it every once in a while. That was garlic powder?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
4
tablespoons. We're making a whole quart of this, in case you're wondering. So it's been quadrupled. The recipe, Noreen quadrupled the recipe. You know what? That was brand new, and that's all that's left. Wowzer.
Mm-hmm.
It must not have had much in it to begin with. What's next?
Garlic seed.
Garlic seed. You mean celery seed?
Celery seed.
I never heard of garlic seed. And how much of that?
1 tablespoon.
No, that's a teaspoon.
Oh, that's a teaspoon?
Oh. You know what?
We done them all tablespoons.
Well, then I better do a tablespoon. I wrote this recipe out. I copied it down. And, woo, everything is fresh and strong. So now, because usually if it's a teaspoon, it's a small lowercase t. And if it's a tablespoon, it's a capital T. And these are all lowercase t's. So we're going to have pretty good, strong stuff here. So
We'll just add 2 more.
yeah, but then, well, I could.
Yeah, I have 2 quarts instead of 1.
Okay, that's what I'll do. All right, so the next is 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. So while you're doing that, I'm going to try to get the, that's the brown sugar. And it says 4 tablespoons. I'll go get the 1 cup measure so that I can get more powdered milk put in. I washed it from when I was using it earlier, so that powdered milk, I didn't go ahead and show you guys how I measure it because it's super fine. It's so fine, it's so fine. Anyway, I was afraid I'd make a mess, and I'm glad I didn't because I didn't make a mess. So now let's just hope that I can get through this. And I'm going to do it this way. I know that's not probably the best way, but I need 2 cups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, it's really, really fine powder, so you have to be careful. You have it all over like I did earlier. There's 1. Well, I did not know I was going to be making it in this big of a quantity. But that's okay. I'm not going to be running out, that's for sure. I'm going to be making all these freezer meals for the crock pot. And ranch is always good to have on hand. And you have to go to Noreen's Kitchen or Katz Cradle if you want to know how to make it into the ranch dressing, because I did not write that part down. It was like so many tablespoons of that and milk or something or other. Anyway, what's next?
2 tablespoons of pepper and 4 tablespoons of salt.
Okay. Want me to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These are modular mates from Tupperware, and I'm going to take that insert out. I like to put my salts and my peppers in these because I use a lot of different kinds of salts. I usually don't have a whole lot of different peppers, but I do have different salts.
Ooh, that's heavy.
That's real salt I'm using. You got to get this in just so. You got to look at the, there we go. When you do it right, it's easy. And then when you're putting the seal on, you have to make sure that you have it in this area there. It's like here, it's around and then it's depressed. And then this little thing has to go in that. So boom, it goes good. And 4 of salt.
Mm-hmm.
One, 2, 3, 4. And you know, this is my fix and mix bowl from Tupperware. I thought that was a perfect container to do the mixing in, since it is fix and mix. All right, so we got all that done. For some reason, I have my teaspoon out. Well, anyway, we got lots of ranch dressing. Now, you could just throw this in. See what I mean about making a mess? You could just throw this in the, oh my goodness. You could throw it in the jars, but it would not be mixed up. And you don't want to get down to the bottom and have a bunch of garlic or something. So after you mix this up good, whoo, those spices are very strong. I am not going to show you me trying to get these in the jars. That might be too much fun. It's a little bit dense, so I'm kind of having to hang on to my whisk down farther. I'm looking through here and I want to make sure that I'm getting, oh, this is nice looking. I'm getting all of that milk blended in. Let me show you what it looks like. Can you see that? Doesn't that look good? Smells good. And I'm sure that this had to be cheaper than buying this much ranch dressing mix. Especially if you buy it in those little packets.
Yeah.
That's really expensive. Well, I think I got it mixed up good. I can't find my canning funnel. I have 2 of them. But of course I can't find it. We just moved, so I don't know where it is. So that's the video for today. I'm going to be making individual videos for each recipe of the crock pot meals. That way, if you just want to look up a particular recipe, you can look that up. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Thank you.